Hello?
And we're back from commercial. Over to you, Dre.
That's a long ass commercial.
Yeah.
So
It's like a week long.
no,
How
4
long?
days.
Right. It was on Wednesday, right?
No, it's a week and 4 days.
Oh, so it's about, what was that, 11?
It's a long time.
What are you
Long
guys
time since
talking about right
because we recorded our last podcast on Wednesday.
Good math,
They don't
Johnny.
know that though.
They
They
don't need
could
to
just
know
say
that.
it was on.
Listen, we record on the same
Sunday.
day, every day, always. In
Consistency
fact, we
is key.
record on Tuesday morning.
That's it. We're
As is, it's
scheduled
live.
by the government to come every
Every Tuesday.
Sunday. What?
I said Tuesday morning. That's when we record.
Ah,
Because we come out on Tuesday mornings.
That's how much we care.
so what have I been doing this whole time?
Okay, do your little
do the intro.
No, this is your job, man. Just do it. I do the outro. You do the intro. This is how
What
it
does
works.
Johnny do? Freeload?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
I just show up
All
and
right.
I do
You're the
endorsement
chief
deals.
social media officer.
No, it's supposed to be a secret, man.
Is it?
It's supposed to be anonymous. Like, who is this person? Which one of the audience is supposed to guess? What like based on captions? Like, who's the weirdest? Who would actually be the one to type this? That's why I'll try to make it like ambiguous that way. But now you just do my cover.
All right. Anyways, welcome back. Anyways,
I'm
welcome
upset
back.
now. I think we have to. Sorry.
Anyways, for the third time, welcome back. This is Don't Think Too Hard, brought to you by 3 incredible podcasters and 1 amazing producer. We have myself, Machi, Andre, Johnny, and our producer, Alana.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Oh, hi.
Green.
This is
What?
episode.
Purple.
You know, we haven't said our episode
Episode
number.
12.
We haven't said our episode number in the last 4
Episode
episodes.
12.
Episode 12.
This is episode 12. Welcome back for the 12th time.
I'm gonna be honest. I lost track after.
10.
Because we've made so many episodes.
Yeah,
that
it's a blur to me now. It's like
It's just consistent content.
yeah, it's just so good.
You know what? Eventually,
Then
we're
this one
gonna
big
get to a
episode.
point where we're not even gonna say welcome back.
They're just gonna say, "It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
It's good to be here."
No, you're
Not
gonna get to
even.
a point where you don't even introduce. You're just gonna be like, you know who it is, and then
You know
start
what
talking.
it is. It's the boy Jay Mills in the inside jokes.
For those of you who don't know, that was our high school's
was-
sports news anchor.
Yeah.
He always came every morning with so much energy, and it was refreshing because you saw so many lifeless souls through the hallways of our amazing high school.
As a
Yeah, but
freshman,
the
it
grade
was-
12 year was so boring because they just get people and they just talk.
Yeah.
Sad days.
I always wanted to be
Passing
on the announcements. I'm not gonna lie to you, grade 9 when Jay Mills was like the sports guy, I was like, that's gonna be me.
Okay, so do it.
No.
Remember when he had Sid 60 on it too? In
What?
I remember one time they used to have it on the TV, and
Yeah.
him and Sid 60 were actually having an interview.
Who had
I was
who?
like, wait, what?
Who said 6
You ever watched Tim and Sid
Tim and Sid.
from Sportsnet?
You know the really loud one?
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I
He was
know,
there.
I know.
Who's always angry for some reason?
Yeah,
he
who
was
thinks
there?
Like
yeah.
according to Sid, every sports team is just shit.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's right.
I mean, yeah.
There's no sports teams that live up to the standard of a good sports team.
That's right.
Facts.
Facts.
Even a team like
Apart
Real
from-
Madrid.
Especially like Dortmund and he's how ass they are.
I mean,
We won
being an
yesterday.
Arsenal fan, you can't really
What?
talk about that.
What do you mean? We won.
Won what?
We won the games.
What games?
We played 2 games and we won the games.
Both Dortmund.
How are you talking shit?
No, I mean like
Both Dortmund and Arsenal are
Historically.
undefeated this year. What's Milan like?
Historically, Arsenal's way better than Dortmund.
I don't know.
Ever been.
Shut
What do
up.
you mean?
I have no idea. But we're better than you guys.
Historically, Arsenal is bigger than AC Milan.
Okay, you shut your mouth.
Let's fight.
You shut your mouth.
Let's fight. Let's fight.
Bro, are you nuts?
Let's fight. Who has more worldwide fans?
Milan.
False.
Yo, like I don't even know how to generate a reply to that.
No, I know exactly how you generate a reply to that. It's a lot of fans that are contemplating suicide.
All your fans
Okay,
are
so
on
you're,
AFC.
so you're admitting that we have more fans.
I'm admitting that you have a lot of miserable human beings on the planet. If
I mean,
But
you
there's more
contribute
of
to a
them.
lot of deaths.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to be.
So we contribute to more deaths than you guys.
We
Meaning we have more
give life.
fans.
Can we stop?
The reason why England has the highest suicide rate in the planet is because they're all Arsenal fans.
Can we stop joking about suicide
Did you
just for a little bit?
I can't believe you legitimately looked me in the face and said Arsenal's a bigger club than Milan, though. That's just...
To be fair, Arsenal's never been relegated. Arsenal's the only team that's never been relegated from the Premier League.
Never won a Champions League either.
They never? You guys never won even Dortmund has a Champions League. What?
Look at our trophy cabinet.
Look at ours.
We have way more trophies than you.
Good, but you don't have the big one.
Champions League's not even that important.
Anyways, next you're gonna say the
Anyways.
PGA Tour Masters quote is bigger than the World Cup. But
I'm gonna take this to a much more important place.
Can I take?
You know how women have Kegels?
Chill, man. I was gonna have. Remember yesterday I said, "Hey, I really want to get something off my chest."
That was a hard left.
Okay, fine. I'll
You
talk
go back to
about
Kegels.
later.
Yeah, you go back to
fine,
Kegels
go
later.
talk.
Can I just
Can
say?
you stop moving the mic?
Why do you
It
ask...
makes noises.
Why
when you move
every
the mic.
week you ask these weird questions? I'm starting to wonder if you're asking them for us or yourself.
I don't think
No,
I'm ever
it's
gonna
for
get
me.
to my
It's
point.
like something that I'm actually thinking about
Oh,
that
okay.
I want to discuss.
I'm never
I
gonna
just
get
want
to
you
my
to
point.
know. Okay, continue.
Can I just go with my
Sorry,
point?
man.
It's a really quick point. I just want to vent my frustration
Okay, Diva, let's go.
with Manchester United fans. How come there are more Manchester United fans on Dortmund subpages than there are on their own? Listen, Sancho's not coming to your club this summer. Shut your fucking mouth and move on with life.
My dad
Holy-
has gone into the psychosis of like he's deep dived into the Man U propaganda. Every time he comes home from work, he's like, Sancho! Like, you guys aren't getting it.
Listen, you might get him next year. Fine. But for the love of God, give it up. That Joe Bellingham guy, who's the guy we signed from Birmingham, I think. The guy had crazy assists. Sancho had an assist. He posts a picture with him, Gio Reyna, Sancho, and Haaland on the internet. Mm-hmm. My God, why do Manchester United fans think that because Joe Bellingham was linked to United and went to Dortmund instead, but because he was linked prior to his transfer to Dortmund, he thinks Man United fans psychologically probably think that he's being a sheep to gather Haaland, Reyna, and Sancho and bring them all to United.
Oh, he's a double agent.
It's not fucking happening. Maybe next year you guys can take Sancho for 130 mil. If you want to give us 130 mil, take him. Take it. You know what the worst part is? I don't think Manchester United fans understand this. It actually baffles me. Mm-hmm. They always like free Sancho. Sancho, come to United. Mm-hmm. We're not saying Sancho couldn't come to United. We said you could have Sancho for 130 mil. It's your fucking club's fault you didn't pay us 130 mil.
The board of directors are actually terrible at Man.
Like, listen, everyone's like free Sancho. He's prisoned at Dortmund. First of all, he's not. He's very happy here. He never said he wanted to leave. And thirdly, we told you could have him. We're like, hey, United, you could have Sancho. Just pay us 130 mil.
Frankly, Manchester United doesn't think he's worth that kind of money.
He's not. No one.
He's not. But that was the price.
Yeah,
that was the price.
You know what
That's his market.
I think after Pogba, after they broke the record with Pogba, the board was like, "No, we're not spending more than 100 million on anybody else."
You paid 80 million for Maguire, so shut your mouth.
Yeah, but
Man United. Okay,
but they probably saw like Maguire's. Come on, Maguire's terrible.
I know, and you paid 80 million for him.
Is underachieving.
Yeah.
Those are the two people that cost you like almost $200 million.
Yeah, and now you want Sancho for another 120. If you want to ruin his career that bad, take him. I wouldn't mind 120 because you know why?
That's why they don't want to pay.
We are gonna find another Sancho for 5 million again, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what I don't understand?
Man United fan?
No teams that have just started spending crazy money
Do
well.
Yeah.
But then people just still keep doing it.
The only team that's spent crazy money and done well is Real Madrid, and the only player they've spent ridiculous amount of money on is
You know why?
Ronaldo.
Because they've historically spent crazy amount of money.
I don't think so.
From like the Galacticos from 2000s.
Yeah,
even before
okay,
that.
but I get that. I get they spent crazy money then, but was it crazy money?
Yeah, well, according to the times, like inflation.
But was it? Like, think about it.
Yeah.
Was it? David Beckham went for what? 10 million?
I have no idea.
Maradona, the transfer record prior Maradona set like a crazy transfer market and that like a crazy transfer record, and that was 30 million. That was like 30 years ago. For Beckham to go 10 million, I don't think that's bad.
But
Or was it like that?
Beckham's not Maradona though. So he
he was pretty good.
he's not Maradona. Like I don't know.
What was Messi's value? Barca valued Messi at a $700 million release clause.
Yeah.
No, that's his release clause. It's not. They just said you have to pay it. Like that whole saga. Like I'm tired of.
Yo,
this
that made
shit.
me sad. Like for football in general, it's like if the best player or one of the best players in the world is treated like that, that means every other player is just a product to their
Everyone's
clubs.
a product. Literally, if Messi leaves La Liga, that's the whole league.
They already
Not
lost
just
their
That's the
not. It's
economy.
not Barca. That's the
Spain-
whole entire league. It's
Spain's gonna
losing
start
a
taxing
lot
all
of
its
money.
citizens. to make
Because
up
prior
for
to
the
Messi, you
deficit.
had Real Madrid, who was a masterclass. Prior to Messi, you had Ronaldinho
Yes.
and Barca's dominance. Prior to Dinho, you had Johan Cruyff.
and Ronaldo.
Like, you remove Messi from that
Figo.
equation, what's left in La Liga?
There's no-
Ramos?
Ramos.
There's
Who's-
no players to bring people.
I'm buying Dazin to watch a center back. No
No,
disrespect.
they don't show La Liga, so that's
Yeah, they
that's
don't.
a good thing.
Oh, so whatever.
You got to do B in sports.
Yeah, I'm buying BN Sports to watch a center back. To watch a
in the
center
day.
back dominate.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
that's not happening.
Ansu
There's
Fati,
nothing.
I mean,
Griezmann.
no disrespect to Ansu
Suarez.
Fati. No disrespect to Ansu Fati for a 17-year-old. He's good. I think they're doing this a little bit of a problem with like kind of hyping this kid up too much, because like I'm watching another
I feel kinda
17-year-old
bad for
kid.
him.
Yeah, I'm watching another 17-year-old kid called Gio Reyna. And no disrespect to Fati, he's a great player, but I think Gio Reyna is levels above him.
I have no idea.
He's an
I haven't
American
watched
kid who
either
plays for
player
Dortmund.
too much. Yeah, I know he is, but I haven't watched either player to play.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't
Bale.
get too much into.
Went to,
Oh, Bale went to Spurs.
I'm happy for him.
Good
I'm
for
not.
Bale.
I hope he
Why?
flops
Oh, because
because he's with
I get it.
Spurs. If he went to any other team, I'd be like, I want all the success. Or actually, better yet, this is what happens. Bale can score 100 goals this season
And none
as
against
long as
Arsenal.
Spurs still lose. That's fine.
If Spurs lose every game, but he scores 100 goals.
That would be probably the best scenario. Because,
You
like,
know,
honestly, Bale is
I
one
can
of the players
respect
got
I mean,
done the
Heung-Min
most
Son just scored
dirty.
4 goals today.
Who?
Heung-Min Son.
Yeah, Son
Oh,
scored 4 goals
I
today.
did not know that. That's
Yeah.
mad.
They won
He's so
5-2.
sick. He's so sick.
No, he's not. Man, he plays for the worst team in the league.
He's the reason why that team is semi-competitive right now.
They're not semi-competitive.
It's Arsenal. Okay, what about women and what about their keisters or whatever?
Keisters.
What do you say?
Kegels.
Kegels. What,
That.
what about the
Those are
Kegels?
drastically two different things. If I'm not mistaken.
It started with a K. My mind went off track.
Okay.
All right, what about them keisters?
And no,
Okay.
to your question.
I didn't know what the
You
question
didn't
was.
even.
I
It's
would
not a
not-
yes/no question.
Oh, okay.
It's not like last week.
Okay.
This is a serious question.
Okay.
Okay, so women do Kegels.
Yeah.
So to avoid valvular prolapse, you know what I mean?
Sure. Sure.
Vaginal
Does
prolapse.
that-
Vaginal.
wait.
Why did I say valvular?
Wait, let me
I don't know.
break it
Vaginal
up.
That's in the
prolapse.
heart.
You're gonna tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
Does that mean like a cave in?
No. Well,
Okay.
kinda, but it's
collapse.
It's a cave out.
Yeah.
It's like the
So it's
thing.
like the inside part of your
Okay.
vagina falls like outside of it.
Don't say yours because I don't have one. But yeah, a inside. I get it. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Like
Yes.
pastrami.
Yeah, like you've seen like a hemorrhoid
Oh.
like that, but for your whole vagina instead.
Oh.
Anyways, so they do Kegels in order
No
to
question. I wonder what happens if it like falls out. What's inside of your body?
Hemorrhaging. It's all.
What do you
ripping
mean?
apart.
What's inside your body?
Like, because your insides fall out, so is there just like a hole?
There's nothing. It's
No,
a
it's like
void.
a sack, man.
I know. I get
Okay.
it's like a sack, but like
Whoa.
what's in your body?
What do you mean? What's
it's a
in your
void.
body?
Yeah, so it's a
Organs?
void. It's like
You
empty.
rip
So
the
listen.
molecule-
Oh, you mean
Yes.
like it's a space?
Yes.
Like
So,
it's a like
yes.
it's a yeah. It's
So
like a
let's
space.
say things happen and it goes, "Boof," and then you like she's knocked out. For example, you do surgery and you cut it open here.
Yeah.
What's
There's
there?
literally a void. There's nothing.
There's nothing, right?
Literally
If
nothing.
I cut my stomach?
Not
No,
your
no, no.
stomach,
Oh, you
but,
mean
like,
if it falls out?
out and then you
what-
cut it? What's in there?
a literal
Oh.
void.
That's a good question,
A
actually.
little.
Right?
I'm
I
telling
wonder
you.
if your like organs fall down on top of it.
Yeah, like everything just moves down,
Or you just see
That-
construction.
and then your neck
workers.
falls down with
You
it.
see construction workers covering the manhole. It's like, yeah, we're not supposed to see anything that goes on in here. What is going on? Why are you open? Why did we open this place up? Close it up.
Your body's just like, nah, bro.
I'm not done working.
Your body's doing things that your body shouldn't do to be like, okay, something's happening here that's not supposed to be happening. We gotta do something about it.
You try to you try to open the woman up, and your body just seals itself back up. He's like, you don't see what's going on.
Yeah, this is not supposed to happen.
But why did you bring up that question?
You have your body talking to itself. It's like, what the hell just happened? I don't know. It's like when you're high, and then I was watching a comedian. And he was talking about how one time he got so unbelievably high that his brain started talking to his body, saying, "Hey, did you forget how to breathe? I don't know. Am I supposed to breathe right now?" And like his brain was talking to his body, and his body didn't know what his brain was saying because he wasn't breathing the whole time. But his brain was saying, "Hey, I think we're supposed to be breathing. Are we not breathing right now?" Type of situation.
Does that mean like his nervous system shut down? And he was like,
Essentially, I don't know. Kind of.
I don't know, man. I have no
You
idea.
can only stop breathing like that voluntarily. It's like a very low system in your brain that allows you to breathe. That's why if you get knocked unconscious, you'll automatically start breathing again.
so what if you're so intoxicated that you trick yourself into not wanting to breathe, and then now you have two split minds?
That's
And
probably
it's
what
like,
happened.
hey,
That's
This-
crazy.
Yeah, but you won't die. Can't kill you.
Or maybe it's just your brain
No.
thinking. Maybe it's just your brain saying, "Hey, we're not breathing," when you're actually just breathing.
There's also that. You
And
could
then
have
you
been
hold
breathing
your
the whole
breath.
time. Oh yeah. What if you think you're breathing,
but you're not.
but then what if you
But-
think you're not breathing? So then, but you are breathing. So to fix that problem, you stop breathing.
Yeah, so it's
So
like the
you can breathe.
opposite day drug. So when you're blinking, when you think you're blinking, you're actually staring at people, and then when you think you're sleeping, you're actually awake. And then when you're drinking water, you're actually just breathing, and when you're breathing, you're drinking water.
We're thinking way too hard.
So then when you go underwater,
So when you go underwater, you're actually walking.
so
on
then you
land.
try and breathe, but then you take on water instead because you're underwater. But
Yeah.
you think you're supposed to do that because maybe you're a fish.
Okay, what about Kegels?
What?
What about Kegels?
Honestly, this went way far. I just wanted to know if there was any exercises for men that can do this. Like, would it help? Would you have
Like
benefits?
for what?
I don't know. Like
Your
women
penis
have like
concaves
if
inwards?
you know, like if you have to like flex it or something, like will that help with anything?
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah,
Yes?
you can make it really
Yes,
strong.
the answer is yes. There's
What?
something called pelvic PT, physiotherapy for your pelvis, and men do it too for incontinence and for their anus.
See, so I don't pee myself.
No, she's
Or
talking
poo.
about anus,
Or
man.
no,
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 she
no,
said both.
no.
It's
no.
both of them.
So it's like you don't get erectile dysfunction when you're older.
That's not what incontinence means. It means you
does-
can't control your pee.
Oh, I thought you're talking about I thought you're talking about like just flexing your thing so that it's like it doesn't.
Yeah, but it
Eventually just,
controls
like-
like the muscle. You know the muscle, like when you have to pee. You know,
Yeah.
like
Your
when you're
pelvic-
holding it back, you're like
Isn't it
you're
your-
physically
like your
like
pelvic floor
keeping
Yeah,
muscle?
but
a hole
doesn't
closed.
doesn't that work just the same for making sure your thing's on a wet noodle when you're 70?
No.
I don't know if it would,
It would because you're flexing it.
but I don't think you can do. No, but your whole penis is not.
No,
muscle.
I don't think you can.
What do you mean
flex-
it's not a muscle?
You can't
totally
flex
flex
it because you need
You can flex
You
it.
need arousal
Yes.
in order for the blood to
Listen,
flow. It's
the
not like a
blood
muscle
flows
where you
through
can be
it.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
this
can't
is
flex
flaccid,
it.
and I'll just flex
Like
it.
when you do that, it's not the actual shaft. You're
you're
like
just
the
pumping
muscle
more
behind
blood
it.
into it.
It's like your pelvic.
Yeah, but
area.
can't you train that?
No, because it's not muscle.
It's not muscle. You can't literally flex right now.
So how come is it when you're erected and then
You pump more blood into it.
yeah, but then you can move it up and down.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
the
not the
actual
muscle.
thing. It's the muscle behind it. Like it's your pelvic muscles that are doing that. It's not
So you can train that,
it.
but you can't
So how
train
does
the
Viagra work?
actual
Blood.
increased blood flow and
Blood
circulation.
flow. Yeah.
Imagine cutting yourself when you're on.
That's why you can die.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Because if it lasts for more than like 4 hours, you should probably
See
go
a
to the
doctor.
ER and.
You know,
Get yourself
imagine
on.
just sitting there waiting for 4 hours before you have to.
You know the worst part is you're after 4 hours go consult a doctor right away and it's like you wait 4 hours and you're like this isn't supposed to happen, so you take another hour driving to the hospital, then that hospital makes you wait another hour and a half, and then by then you're 6.5 hours in and then you're dead.
Yeah, you go to Brampton Civic and they're like, just wait here. You're halfway done. And then you're 8 hours with just the.
You know, it'd be the worst. What if you wait that 8 hours, get inside, and then it goes away?
Then you gotta fight the doctor because you wasted your time.
I would actually be so mad. That's like my biggest fear. My biggest fear
What
about
if-
going to the doctor
I just
is
have
what
a-
if you have an ailment, and
My
then you
balls
go to the
hurt.
doctor to try and tell them your ailment,
I don't know why.
but
It goes away.
it goes
afterward.
away, or they just tell you, I don't know what you're talking about. That's nothing. That's not real.
What if all those times you hear about like those like crazy men on the train
Yeah.
that are just going off
Yeah.
down there? What if they just took Viagra and it won't go away, so they have to like finish, and then that's how they're so urgent that they can't wait to get to where they're going. They have to do it there because they're scared and they don't have a health card because they sold that in a gambling accident to get drug money, and then that drug money transferred over
He bought
to
the wrong
Viagra
drugs
when-
and they give him Viagra.
Yeah,
instead.
like street Viagra, but Blue Chew, but on the street. Do you think that's a thing? Like, you know how they have like
They have street for
legalized.
I had a
push
friend.
and-
I had a friend one time who sold grass as marijuana, and then
It worked?
Yeah,
I wonder
and
if
he
you
tried.
could-
He wanted to kick his ass, but then he's just like, bye, and
No
never
refunds?
saw him ever again. No, you guys don't know him. Well, he's not really my friend. I just know him.
Nah, man, I think he's your best friend.
No, he never did that.
Oh my god, yeah, but that's all I wanted to know. So now that I know, I'm clear, I'm conscious, my conscience is good. Now I know that I need to keep practicing.
I wonder what keeps you up at night.
A lot of
That-
things keep me up at night. Should write it down, to be
He's
honest.
worried that his care package is just gonna fall out when he gets up in the morning.
One time he's just gonna get up and like he's gonna flex. He's gonna like bend down too fast and
It's just gonna implode.
everything.
It's also if guys get kidney stones or something and they gotta pass
Don't
it.
say that.
Yo.
Kidney stones are
Don't
probably
say
the
that.
worst.
Like,
kidney stones are the
why-
worst thing that could possibly ever happen to a human being.
You just have
And
to
don't-
cut it off afterwards, right?
I think so.
I just cut it off.
Like I just drill
Hey.
a hole in it and just make
I'm
sure.
not going through that
Yeah.
ordeal.
No.
Put me to sleep.
And
Cut
just
it open.
Cut it open. Take it out. Sew it back up.
I don't care if it
Could
doesn't
they-
work anymore.
Why do I have to like be awake and be in that pain? Can't they just induce pee? Can't they just like make me sleep? Like pass me out and just make me pass it while I'm out?
Why can't
Why
you
do
just
I have
do-
to physically
or-
go to the toilet and cry
Why
myself?
can't you give me
But
a
question-
pill that dissolves it and it just
That's how
liquid-
it passes. Like they dissolve it, but it's
So why
like
does
little
it hurt?
because it's like little sharp little
no
shards that go.
I want you
through.
to completely
Stop saying that.
I want
man.
you to completely disintegrate it so I don't even notice. I'm like I had a kidney
some
stone?
kidney stones are like fucking like this big, like
Yeah.
it's like a chunk, and then they use stuff to break it down, and then it passes it.
Or they could surgically remove it.
I'd rather
do that.
surgically
Let's
remove
do
it.
that.
Listen,
That's horrible.
I'll wait until it's a medical emergency so I don't have to pay for it. I'll wait. I don't care.
That is horrible.
I don't care.
That is the worst pain. I think that's worse than pregnancy.
I wouldn't wish
Don't
that.
at me, women.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Women don't.
You know
at
why?
Me.
Because you don't produce life after. It's just a waste.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
just flush the toilet and that's the pain. Your plane
Exactly.
goes down the toilet. There's no reward. It's not like, oh, there's a child. This pain was worth it. No. This pain was to get stuff already needed out of my system.
You know what? If I had kidney stones, I'd be like, just stay in there. I don't care about that.
Hey, you can build up. I don't.
That's
Yeah,
my
no.
kid- I
If
have-
we
you
can
have two
surgically
kidneys,
remove
right?
it, I'm doing that.
You have 2 kidneys?
Yes.
Yeah,
You can take it out.
soft,
Take it out. I can live with
easy.
one.
I don't drink that much, anyways.
Yeah, I won't drink. I'll just drink water.
We can
I'll
never
be a
go back
healthy
to
man.
Poland again. You never go back to Poland ever again.
Come back with renal failure.
You know what I'll do? I'll buy a pig. I'll raise it. Then I'll kill it, and then I'll take its kidney, and then I'll take mine out that has the stone, and I'll throw it away, and I'll put the pig's kidney in mine.
Does that work though?
I heard it does. I heard like pig organs are very close to human, and they use that to.
I know they test when they do like when there's like a murder or something.
Yeah.
And they want to see if this blunt object can actually do the damage.
They bash a pig's
they
skull in.
No, yeah, they because pig anatomy, like their skin and their skull, their bone structure is
Yeah.
very similar to men.
So they just murder pigs.
Yeah. So in
Literally, like a live
I remember
pig.
watching Deadliest Warrior, and rather than
joking?
doing mannequins, they would test like swords and shit on like pig
On
ribs.
live pigs.
No,
Oh.
on dead ribs, like hung ribs.
Yo,
It's
why
like,
you?
they're like,
Yo, did you
Why
see
would you
the?
do
Did you
that?
see Elon Musk's Neuralink thing? The brain
the
chip that he put in the
idea-
pigs. The video.
No, I haven't seen the video.
Yo, it's weird.
I saw
man.
his like idea of it.
It's weird.
What happened?
Like he had 3 pigs in different cages, and then the one pig had a brain chip, and then he said they removed it, and then he said it shows that she's functioning okay.
Mhm.
The next one never had one, and the next one had, I don't know if he said 1 or 2, or 1, and then they were going to give her another one to track different parts of her neurons or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you see on a screen whenever the pig interacted with something, it would light up and it would show you like, oh, this, whenever she interacts with this, you get this kind of reading. So the next time we see it, that means she might have been startled by whatever.
Yeah, but
And then,
you can do that on humans.
I know, but it's a brain chip. It's
Like
not
they
like
implanted inside.
an implant. It's not
What's the
like
purpose of it?
he wants to test it on humans and then eventually solve like, I don't know, like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, and then eventually it becomes AI and then we become cyborgs. That's his like whole.
I feel like that's the only option at this point, to be honest.
Honestly, it kind of freaked me out.
What are you gonna do?
They have that. They have something similar. Like they have like deep brain stimulation, like stimulators that can be implanted into brains for like Parkinson's and
Yeah, that's nuts.
Alzheimer's and stuff.
They implant them so like when you're having tremors and they turn it on, your tremors just go away.
I can kind of understand that, but he's talking about taking it to.
No, he's taking the next step. It's just like when I was doing a lot of research on like prosthetics and shit earlier, and like now they're doing like the neural prosthetics that you control with your brain, kind of thing. And like it's literally like they're having a live debate on where do we stop, because like at some point they're gonna be so good that it's just as good as an arm. But then it's like if I can make it better than an arm,
Yeah, you get
nanotechnology
to cover my hand, and now my hand is indestructible.
No, but they wouldn't cover it. Glove. They would have to chop your arm off.
No, it would be like okay, if this prosthetic arm can lift a ridiculous, if like two prosthetic arms work as like levers, like a forklift.
Yeah,
it's like what's the point of having an arm, right? Because this joint can hold X amount of weight. So you just sorry, I hit my mic, but like let's say you're in construction and you need to lift crazy heavy things. It's like, well, listen, to save money.
That's discrimination.
To save money, hey, I'll pay my employees to cut off their arms and have these prosthetics that can lift these immense amount of like.
Hey, but is it ableist? You can't say it's ableist because if a construction, I'm like, you have to be able to lift 80 pounds.
We have machines.
If you can't lift 80 pounds, you
send
can't
me to the gym. Worker. If you want to pay me to cut off my arms, pay me money to go to the gym. Why I gotta cut off my arms for? For your job.
No,
but you're gonna fire me.
There are little jobs that say you have to be able to lift 50 pounds. Like
paramedic, you need to lift 80 pounds.
Yeah, well, if you can't do that, you shouldn't be working in as
exactly.
Whatever.
That's what I'm saying. But that's the exact same thing. But if you get if you're getting paid, or you pay for prosthetics and you can lift 300 pounds,
why not?
What possible reason would I have to? This guy has to struggle with 80,
to society,
or this guy can walk around with 300.
You're gonna throw cinder blocks at me if I schedule you. If I double shift you, it's like, hey John, 16-hour shift tomorrow. You gotta work it.
Yeah. That's fine.
I take a cinder block and I crack your head open.
Yeah, but you don't get tired because you got prosthetics.
Exactly. So now I call the cops. I'm throwing actual pipes into the police, and now I'm a menace to
and then they start shooting. Well, you're made out of metal, so it's fine.
Yeah, you guys don't see a problem with that. Oh,
I see many problems. I'm just telling you what the debate is.
You turn into the Winter Soldier from Marvel.
Yeah, when that happens, I'm just gonna.
Anyway, then you wonder why supervillains become supervillains, because it's just like, well, if I had a metal arm that could literally fuck shit up, I'd do some pretty dumb stuff too, like steal money from a bank because I wouldn't be able to die or anything.
Yeah, it's like self-driving cars
goes out the window.
Yeah,
it's like self-driving cars. How do you teach a computer to disseminate what's important and what's not?
Exactly.
Like if I am stuck between two trucks and a truck was behind me and then there's just a person in front of me.
Like a child.
The car is most likely going to save itself and go forward.
Yeah. Right. That's a problem.
Yeah.
What if you don't want to go forward? And now you're traumatized
because you
in
just
a car holding you hostage. It's like, nope, we're locking the doors. You're driving. You're trying to,
it blinds the window. It blinds out the window so you don't see anything.
You don't want to see this.
And then there's also the fear of like what if you're just driving, minding your own business, and some dude's on the side with the iPad and just goes ding, 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 ding. Now they have control.
Yeah, it's like Watch Dogs. Like, now they have control of your car. He's like, now that I have your attention, you're going to die in about 15 minutes. But before that, I'm going to traumatize you. We're going to drive through a schoolyard. And you're going to be to blame because no one's going to know I hacked your car. Except you. But you're going to be dead in the car. And you're driving Lake Ontario.
See, this is the dangers of like
technology. We should just be Mormons. No, not Amish. Amish people.
What's the difference? I never understood what the difference between Mormon and Amish.
I think Normans use electricity. Amish don't.
Mormons are regular people, but the religion is Mormonism.
Yes.
Amish are just like the way of life. They don't.
It's like no electricity.
They think
nothing.
Technology is the devil.
Yes.
Completely, and they reject it.
I see.
Can there be Amish Mormons?
Probably.
Can there be Christian Jews?
Yeah.
Can there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My friend's a Christian Jew.
What does that mean exactly?
Your dad's Christian and your mom's Jewish.
Oh, well, you can be purely Jewish. Like you can be descended from like Israelites, and then just
become a Christian. I mean, yeah, that's the thing with religion, because like, for example, Christianity, like you get baptized into the religion. Does that mean you lose all other religious roots?
I feel like that's like the same thing as converting, wouldn't it be? Like, I feel like if you're Jewish and then you get baptized, you're Christian now.
Yeah, but like
no, but if you're
what
Jewish,
if you wanna,
it's like it's a bloodline. It's actually like a nation.
Yeah, but it's like it's a culture, but it's also a religion.
Judaism is religion.
Yeah.
But the Jewish people are Israelites.
Okay, but if I convert to Judaism, would I still not be called Jewish?
No. You would just be.
What would you call me then?
You'd be Jewish.
I'd be Jewish.
No, you can't be Jewish.
It's the same way.
You're not born.
No.
You're not an
listen,
Israelite.
So then, what do
you could
call it?
You could call me a Christian. It's the same thing as calling him a Jewish.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Because if you went to Jerusalem and you said
we're
not
talking about Jewish.
They would never call you a Jewish person.
So then,
because they are Jews.
What's my name? Like, I mean, what's my title?
You're a Canadian who practices Judaism. Or Judaism.
So what am I? A Canadian who practices Christianity?
No, you're a Christian.
So you'd be Jewish.
No. You're saying because you're equating. You're making Jewish.
But Judaism is a religion.
It's also Judaism is a religion.
I get that.
And the Jews come from Israel and Israelites. So those are a nation of people.
Yeah.
That's where I don't know where the Jewish people where Jewish comes from, other than maybe like Jerusalem, but the Jews are from Israel, are Israelites, and the Judaism is the religion that Jews practice.
Yeah. Yes. That makes sense. So
but it's not being Jewish is a nationality. It's not a religion.
It's defined as a race and a religion. Like a lot of people.
It's also a religion, though. You could say someone's Jewish. The same way you could say someone's Christian. And the same way you could say someone's Muslim.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay, so why are we arguing this?
No,
because you're saying if you convert to Judaism, you're not Jewish. That's like saying if you convert to some religion they practice in Africa, you're not African. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm not saying you're not Jewish because you're not born in Judaism, Jerusalem.
Like, for example, there's like in Nigeria, there's like Yoruba.
Yeah.
Yes,
Spirituality.
I get that.
And there's a tribe too.
Yes,
so if you're Yoruba, if you practice Yoruba, you're not a part of the tribe. You're not a Yoruba. You're not from the tribe of Yoruba. But
that makes no sense to me. So why not just name it two different things?
Ask the people. I don't know. I don't know these things.
I'm just telling you. I'm just saying what the facts are.
That's the rules. I don't make their rules. They have the set of
rules.
So
not an argument.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing. I'm just stating facts. When Adolf Hitler murdered a bunch of Jews, he didn't target Jewish people. He targeted the Jewish religion, but labeled them as Jewish.
No, he did both.
No, he did. He
did
both.
But
he also murdered a bunch of other people.
Yeah. All minorities, he basically.
But they could be non-religious Jews also. Yeah. They just need to have the bloodline.
You know, Christian Polish people he murdered. Holy fuck!
Exactly.
Yeah, but what she said is like he murdered.
Yeah, but he labeled them.
Jews.
He labeled them all as Jewish.
I know, but he
murdered Hitler was a dick.
Non-religious Jews. How does that? If being a Jew is only religious, how can you be a non-religious Jew? Unless it's a nationality.
I get that. So you're Jewish.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're Jewish whether you practice a religion or not.
No.
If you're from the nation of Israel, then you're Jewish. Whether you practice a religion or not.
You guys win. We're not talking about this anymore.
I don't know.
You guys win.
Johnny has all the facts, so if anyone has anger, go after him. We learned from Johnny.
No, I feel like a Jewish uncle, but he's from Russia, but he doesn't practice like Jewish religion. He just is from Russia, but he was labeled a Jew, and there's a lot of discrimination there. So he had a special stamp on his passport, and it's very unlikely for Jews to get into college and stuff there. Mm-hmm. So he moved to Canada, but he doesn't at all he doesn't associate that much with the actual religion. That's just his culture, his race, kind of.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I guess that's about it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah. That's good.
Sitting in this silence of awkward.
I was just waiting to see if you guys had anything you wanted to talk about. You got anything you want to talk about? Here. This is just a side thing that I want to just bring up. It's not really that important, but it's kind of important because it makes me kind of mad. Okay?
Okay.
If you think about this, if you have a job, okay?
Yeah.
You're making money, you're making a salary, and then year to year, the salary only changes if you get a promotion or whatever. But inflation happens every year.
Yeah. And the job,
so that means effectively
the cost of living rises.
I'm getting paid less.
Yeah.
The longer I work.
Yeah.
In a place.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about this yesterday. I was like,
So that's what keeps you up at night.
it's different things.
It's like
different things, you know. Different things. Like I was like, I wasn't like mad, but I was thinking about it. I was like, that's kind of like like your salary should go up with the rise of inflation,
Or at least stay the same.
No, because if it stays the same, you're getting paid less.
No, you mean stay the same with like along with the rise of inflation.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It should at least rise with inflation. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said or stay the same.
With inflation.
No, I'm saying like stay the same with inflation.
Yeah, but that's what I said to begin with.
Okay, so we're on the same page. Once again,
once again,
we're arguing for the same reason. Holy shit!
What are you saying, man? Oh my god. Anyways,
but I get what you're saying.
Yes.
You feel like you're getting robbed.
I am getting robbed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I haven't
You feel
worked
like
anywhere.
you are.
I haven't worked anywhere longer than a year, so no. But
I'm
just
getting
But even then,
yeah,
because if you look at if it doesn't matter how long you work there, because if you were to ask someone who worked there 5 years ago, they're making the same amount of money you're making. So the salary hasn't increased.
So then, at the end of the day, the company, depending on what it is, can charge more because of inflation, but the salaries all remain the same.
Pretty much.
So they just slowly start making more and more money. Yeah, as like
that's how the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and
that's just another way that they got us, man. I never thought about it before, man. Now I was just thinking about it. Yeah. Oh man, I just had to get it off my mind. Oh.
But it's also the reason for that is because I think the way the economy works, or no, not the way the economy, the backing of the dollar is non-existent, really.
Yo, you see how ass the Canadian dollar is right now?
Yeah.
Holy. Anyways.
Like even though like the whole world is digital.
I think a lot of people realize how ass the Canadian dollar is because of the PlayStation prices release.
Yeah, yo. That's when I looked it up because it was like $5.90. It was like what was it, $4.99?
$4.99, and the one with the disc was like $5.60 something, and you're like, oh, it's like $60 more, and you look at it like the US to Canadian equivalent, and it's like $200 more expensive, and it's like holy fuck.
Yeah, so in States, disc PS5 $4.99, Canada $6.29. Like how was that? Like
it's because we're it's. I don't.
I was like that jump. I was expecting like a few dollars more, obviously, because like the conversion. But then when I saw it, and I was like, that's like that feels like a whole other tax bracket.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't know what it is. As soon as I saw the 6 in front of that price, I was just like
holy shit. The conversion from the digital. So the digital was $3.99 in the US. Here it's $4.99. That makes sense. Yeah. But then you look at the what was it, $4.99 for the disc, and that went up to $6.20.
How is it? Why is it not $5.99? How do they keep it for digital but not for the physical?
But I don't think
they care about digital, to be honest.
No, they
as much.
That's the only thing that's selling right now.
Oh,
because it's cheaper.
Well, I mean the digital technically makes them more money because when you have to buy from them.
You have to buy more and more.
You have to buy directly from them,
that
right? So like because they have their own store, they get all the money essentially. Whereas if they buy from like the shop, they have to pay the shop to keep it there, and then the shop gets a cut of whatever they make.
Maybe that's why it's more expensive. Like
so how does the actual game make the money?
The game makes the money. Okay, so it's like everyone has a cut. So the game spends it. Then if it's like releasing it on Sony, then I think Sony gets a cut, and then releasing it, and then Sony releasing it to the store. I don't know if the developer gives the store the cut or Sony would give the store the cut. But everyone gets a little cut.
But you know, like imagine like having such a shit negotiator where the cut the store gets and the cut that Sony gets is so big that essentially the game loses money every time it's bought. I've thought about that.
That wouldn't make any sense.
That's probably what happens to some producers that
I forget what musical artist it was. A musical artist owned when he made like a banging song. I forget who it was, but he made a song and the record label charged him like 40% of the revenue for it because he was like an underground artist, and the shit blew up. But the record label charged him for like 40%, and something else charged him for like 70%.
So
he owed every time the song was played or like hit a top, he owed money. The only money he got was from concerts and stuff. But like he lost a fuckload of money for making an incredible song. I forget who it was though.
He signed that.
That's why when Chance says because of the advice Gambino gave him before his career, he never signed with any record label because he realized that it's a scam.
It's not, but it's
also it's a scam, but it's a lot easier to make it.
It's hard. It's hard because it's not. It's a scam in the sense that it's a scam in the sense that like they'll like
take majority of profits.
They'll fuck you with their contracts, right? But at the same time, like if I'm like an independent artist and I'm just like trying to blow up, and people aren't listening to my song, a record label has the resources that they can put behind me to get me out there. So like some people need it, others don't. Like Chance never needed it because he found a way to blow up his own. Russ never needed it because he found a way to blow up on his own. But then there's other artists like
who just don't have,
like they didn't have anything until they signed with the label, and then the label pushed out their product, and then now they're huge or whatever. So in that sense, I understand why they structure like contracts the way they do. But like now, especially now,
it's also a method of them making stupid money.
It's bad. Like especially like all this fight around like artists always trying to get their masters and stuff because the record label makes money off you always, and the record label owns your music. So like every time I play a song, it goes to them. It doesn't go to the artist. Right. So then that's why there's like a whole fight now. But like I understand it, but it's also that's why it's important for like artists who like are like big and have leverage, are actually like trying to change it around. But like they haven't been. A lot of artists like they get big, then they get their own record label, and then they do the same exact thing.
Who was it? Was it Kesha? Kind of I think it was Kesha who signed a record label deal, and she had like a contract with them, but there was like sexual assault charges against her, and she tried to get out of her contract, but her record label was like, no, we own you and you're not allowed to record another song, and they fucked her entire career.
No, but I think she got out because she released an album last year, I want to say.
No, I'm talking like this was like 5 years
ago.
ago.
I know. I remember the whole thing, but I literally think it's been like in the last couple of years where she won and she got out of it. I think.
Like they literally, because she had she sued somebody for sexual assault charges within the record label, and in order to protect that guy, the record label banned her from making songs. Because they claimed like the allegations were like, which were they were probably true. Because I don't think, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, there are some crazy ass people out there. But somebody with her wealth and her money, I don't think she gives a shit like about making up a sexual assault charge. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like somebody who's like on the brokes and it's desperate or just incredibly fucked up. I'm sure they can make up like sexual assault charges. But a girl like Kesha, for example, I don't think she makes up charges like that.
That's nuts. I know it's tough, but yeah. So what I was gonna say before, the leverage, like being able to just like make music and just put it on Spotify whenever you want, is really important.
Does Spotify own your music?
No.
Okay.
Well, no, they don't. They definitely don't. But I mean, like, so every time you get plays, you get the money, but it's something stupid like. You need 100,000 plays and you get like 5 cents or something. Like so it's like something like nonsense. Like you don't make TikTok. Like you don't make money off it. It's essentially it's more to like get involved and mass an audience, and then you can go tour, right? And then that's when people buy tickets. Like, but like so when you're independent, that's how you're making most of your money.
I think TikTok has it so that you make a cent every like one cent every like 15 likes or something like that.
I didn't even know that TikTok was monetizable.
Oh yeah, you can make ridiculous money off. Like those, like David Dobrik can retire from YouTube and just post a bunch of TikToks. Because the thing with TikToks is if you're a TikTok influencer. Yeah. And you get, for example, 1.7 million likes, you bang out 3 TikToks in a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing, that's why everyone got so big off Vine and stuff. Yeah, but TikTok is like it's getting banned in the States, and like it can get banned here at any point. Like it's like,
which is fine. My addiction for TikTok's kind of over.
It's just very important not to like throw all your eggs in there, because you know how many Vine stars were like all in Vine, are like, yo, I'm gonna live off this forever, I'm gonna be rich, and then one day it's just like we're done, and then they screwed over so many people. It was ridiculous. But
it was like in YouTube and
community
EA Sports fucked up a lot of
streamers,
FIFA YouTubers.
Yeah,
the reason being is because they bought the licensing for example, the Premier League and the Bundesliga and La Liga, right? So that when you play a game within the game, you see like the official Premier League score table and stuff. No,
Like
and so what happened? Yeah, and so what happened was when EA Sports did that, they never bought the rights for content distribution. So that when people play FIFA, for example, and try to stream it, if they don't blur out like Premier League licensing and Premier League logos and stuff, because Premier League owns those and it's the official like logos and stuff like that, they get hit with copyright strikes. And a lot of FIFA YouTubers made zero money in FIFA 20.
That's nuts. I didn't know
Which
that.
is crazy. The only like if you're a successful YouTuber or a FIFA content creator, you're doing it through streaming.
Yeah.
Through streams. Because streams you get donations from people rather than ad revenue. And because like EA Sports didn't sign like a copyright agreement with the Premier League, with the Bundesliga,
you can't stream.
You can't stream. You can't make money off uploading it to YouTube.
That's why also like with the new YouTube policies, that's why I'm like, there's like 99% chance we wouldn't make any money on YouTube for any of these, because like just the content wise, they would strike it immediately. Yeah. So that's why like for a lot of podcasts, like ad revenue and all that stuff is super important. It's like super.
So the only way we're making ever money is sponsorships
and ad revenue and all that kind of stuff. So that's why it's like, it's very, so like now a lot of creators are using YouTube as a way to amass an audience, not necessarily to make money and then they use that audience to make money. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's what it is. So it's not as simple. Like, but before, like you used to be able to just make a YouTube video, get 1 million likes, they'd pay you however much money, and then no matter what it was, you can be all the phobics on like the planet, and like at the beginning they wouldn't care, but like the bigger they get, the more they have an influence, or the more they have to, I guess, monitor. I guess it's just like not necessarily like a world saving thing, but like sometimes like if you have the wrong people on a platform that big, it can cause a lot of problems. So I think since it's gotten to that level, they just kind of cut off like everything. Because like you know how many YouTube videos are probably posted a day? Like how are people supposed to go through all of that content in order to decide what's good and what's not? So it's like the AI just decides.
So I'll tell you guys a story. Right? FIFA content creator. I won't say him by name. I don't want to give him a bad name or anything. But
does it start with a K?
No. But I know what you're talking about. He's so funny. No. So this FIFA YouTube content creator in FIFA 17, he was a streamer, had contracts with YouTube and all that stuff. He was streaming, and he was playing a game. And you know how when you're streaming, you could have your audience, pause the video, go backwards and forwards and stuff like that. Yeah. And they could record like different sections of your YouTube content. Yeah. And what happened, poor guy, like I don't know, mixed emotions, but I feel bad for what happened to him. I don't feel bad why it happened. Anyways, so he was playing FIFA. And he was super, like, you know how toxic FIFA gets. Anyways, he got incredibly mad. And this is a white guy, Canadian white guy. And Conte had the ball. I can see. And he lost it. And he's like, no, you. And he blurted out the N-word. Mind you, this guy, he like dropped his control right away, apologized, like said everything he needed to say. This was FIFA 17. Yeah. So this is 4 years ago now.
Oh, the cancel culture got him.
And so they recorded. He didn't even upload this to YouTube. Somebody recorded him saying it, posted it, and said blank saying the N-word on FIFA 17. Shit blew up. He got more views on that than he does on his Twitch streams. YouTube canceled his entire channel because like they were scared for the bad revenue. Yeah. Guy lost everything. Now all he does is stream to make his revenue.
That's nuts.
Because like all his contracts and like ad things off YouTube just canceled him because he I don't know if it's accidental or he probably says it off stream. That's why he says it. Whatever the case is, he blurted out and lost everything because he didn't post it. Somebody else posted it.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta be incredibly careful and stuff like that, which is like
I don't know. That's like when I hear it's like stuff like there's a difference between like blurting it out and like being very direct with it. Like he had like a target and he used it specifically for that target. So I'm like, he knows what he's doing. He uses it.
I don't know. Yeah,
I feel bad. Like there's a difference between like some like stubbing your toe and then like yelling it versus like there's a black man took the ball from me, so I'm gonna point you out and say you. They're very different. I'm just saying it's very different. Both are bad, but like,
I think I agree. The argument that he had was like, he was trying to say, I think it was like, I don't know, some other like insult with an N or something, and that's what came to mind. I don't believe that. I think the reason why it came out was because he probably he associated. He's obviously, I don't think he's a racist. Like, I don't think he's out there like being racist. But I think like let's the racism in like, for you go to a Call of Duty lobby, you know how many little white boys probably live in white neighborhoods? You just blur out that word. I think it's simply he grew up in a white neighborhood and like he never registered that word as an offensive word. He knew it was an offensive word. But like he never targeted anyone with it, and he probably just slipped out.
Yeah,
I don't think he's a racist, but he uses that word outside of stream, and it probably slipped out.
Yeah, something like that. I think because I never played COD, but I've seen videos where man's are just spewing it. Like, I'm talking like not even just racist stuff, but like misogynistic or whatever, sexist, all that stuff. All of it, yeah. So I don't think they're all misogynists or all sexist or whatever,
or all racist,
but they're just trying to find they know all those derogatory terms, and they're trying to find a way to like insult the person.
And I think another reason why they say it, for example, all those white kids from on Call of Duty, like those 11, 12-year-olds who shouldn't be playing Call of Duty but are saying this N-word, is because they live in very white neighborhoods where
they don't have to deal with
consequences for saying it. Exactly. Yeah. Like, I guarantee you, they'll come to Brampton and splur out it, they'll get their ass kicked, and it's not even.
I've seen YouTube videos like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think they ever have that consequence, or they even never had. For example, parents hear it, and like they don't have to worry about the consequences because they know, okay, we live in a very white area. There's probably not many black people here, and so it's like I don't gotta slap my kid in the head for saying something bad. You know what I mean? So they kind of, I don't know. I'm guessing that's why they say it. I'm guessing same thing happened with that YouTuber. He probably grew up in his whole life in a white neighborhood, never had the consequences of saying it. He's probably not even a racist, but probably says it as jokingly outside of streams, and it slipped up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've learned.
I don't like people who say that. People who, like, even if you're joking about it,
it's horrible. It's like.
But the one thing I don't agree with is that because that guy lost money basically.
He lost his career.
He lost his livelihood basically. Unless you're killing somebody, I don't think. I'm not saying there shouldn't be any repercussions, but I don't think he should be. You should. The way this situation is dealt with doesn't really help future circumstances, because let's see he jokes about it and then you post it up. There's no like bias like, oh, he's a bad person. You just post it up and you see how the public perception takes it. Yeah. Then you see who picks sides.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, why do you think what he did was wrong? Okay.
Like this is a guy.
What he did was
this
right?
is a guy who's raised over $500,000 to $1 million every year for cancer research.
So
no, I'm saying, but he could be the greatest human being ever. Probably not even a racist. Just slipped up, and that 5-second clip ruins his entire life.
I wouldn't go so far as saying he's not racist. Yeah, because we don't know. We actually don't know. For him to say that,
fair enough.
Like,
fair enough.
He knew he was streaming, so that. But I can't say he is and isn't. I can't say whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I agree.
So we can't, and because of that, we can't post him up and just say, okay, you're off. Because we don't know if he is or isn't.
Yeah. What I don't like is the fact that people, like any random dude in his basement has all this power to like ruin like giants essentially, or feel that they have all the power to just like take down someone's life just because they're mad that day or they're bored that day.
Oh,
they just feel like they want to do it that day.
Karens make people lose their jobs all the time.
But what I say is like, I've learned through a lot of things that I just don't vouch for like anybody. Like I don't know. No, there's no one. I don't know. There's no one that I can vouch for. Like even you guys, like I can say, oh, he would never do this or he would never do that. But I'm not with you. Like I don't 100%. Know. I don't know. Like I've like all this like sexual assault stuff going on, right? Like I don't know anyone ever well enough to look someone in their face and say he would never do this to you under any circumstances. You know what I mean? But like how would you know that? You're telling someone that and they trust you, and then it happens. Then what?
And then you lost all credibility for them.
At the same time, you can't say they're more likely because I don't know.
No, I'm not gonna say yes or no.
One or the other. You have to like. It just requires more conversation. You need to actually get to know this person. It's like, okay, what do you really stand for?
Which is
then
why
you can decide.
I kind of agree with Andre. Which is why kind of those court cases. Remember all those court cases bother me. Like those Boston bombers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like anybody they interviewed said, "Oh, they would never do that." Well, they fucking did it.
Yeah. Exactly. So
like, there's video of them doing it. So it's like, what do you want?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's just like my
the Vegas shooter. There's a video of him mass murdering people.
Yeah.
But he would never do that.
It's always like that. But it's
like
like
shut your mouth.
That's what I'm saying. So my life model going forward is like I just don't vouch for anyone. Like you can speak to very specific things. Like say, oh, like you're gonna go to construction. I've seen you build a house and you're good at building a house. I was like, he's really good at building houses. But I'm not gonna say, oh, he would never do something or never do this or he's for sure gonna do this for you. Like you just can't. Like
I see him build construction.
You know what I mean?
That means he cares about housing the homeless.
Yeah, like
no, you don't know.
You never know. You could even house the homeless for 40 years of your life.
And
then I will look at a homeless person, this guy will house you. And then that's the day you're just like mad one day and you'll just go like, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you. And then now I lose credibility. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just like, and all these things happening, all these people are like, this is my guy. I know everything about him. He's my best friend. He's this type of person. He's this type of person. And then sexual assault case. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, I've never seen him with the women. I've never seen him do this. I've never seen him do that.
That's why it requires like real deliberate conversations with people. So you can't just
I don't even think
you can't
that,
assume
man.
things.
I think I don't like you think about like even your family members.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how other people's relationship are with their family members, but like knock on wood, hope this never happens. But if my brother goes and murders somebody, would I be like, oh, he would never do that? It's
no,
like,
but you would talk to him.
In my head, I would think I would never do it. But like,
if he
it's also a matter of, let's say he's fighting somebody and accidentally murders them, but then he's pinned as a murderer.
The only way you're gonna know that is if you talk to him or you get facts. So with the guy, like you wouldn't automatically, if he was charged for murder, you wouldn't automatically say, I'm done talking to him. I'm never talking to him again. You would have to, even if, like you would have to talk to him to know why he did it.
But there's always that case where it's like, if you get charged for something like that, like I could look you, if I get charged for something like that.
Yeah.
And then you're like, did you do it? I can look you in the face and say no, even if I did it.
Well, that's then you lied. Then you lied. And
but then how does your perception, like, because say I've been stand up for however long, your perception of me will make you inclined to believe me, right? So you can believe me, but if public perception is still against me, whether or not I actually did it, like, are you willing, like, who are you willing to stand on that ledge for?
Only
and risk your, like, whatever, your livelihood. You're like, who are you willing to stand on the ledge
the facts.
But, like, you can't have the facts because, like, say it's, like, in the middle of the night, it's only me and that person. And, like, I'm just like, no, I, like, came, he was alive still. So, I, like, I tried to touch him. I tried to do CPR. That's when my prints are on him or whatever. Like, what if that's my story, whereas the public perception is no, I went to him and I killed him. I
strangled him, and when someone saw me performing CPR, they saw me like punching him in the face.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so there's like,
well, then I'd have to bring those up to you and be like, and then you would have to explain though. You have to explain why other people are seeing this or seeing this way. Like,
okay, but say there is no witness, like it's just me and that other person. Because a lot of cases is like if it's just me and them.
Yeah.
All I have is my word. All they have is their word.
But they're dead.
And then, well, okay, yeah.
For
that example,
but then you have facts. You have evidence.
There is no evidence though,
so
because my fingerprints are on them. I'm saying they're there because I was trying to.
So you're O.J. Simpson, and you're asking me if I'm okay with having a beer with you.
You know what this reminds me of?
No.
You guys ever played the game or watched the game Among Us?
No.
We gotta play Among Us one day. It's the fucking best. It's essentially testing people's honesty, and so the way it works is it's you have 10 people, right? And 8 of them are, astronauts on a ship. 2 of you are imposters who are trying to murder each other or murder other crewmates. And it's essentially that, like, you could kill somebody in said game. You have one witness, and that witness reports the dead body to everyone and says, "Yo, I saw person A kill it."
Yeah.
And then person A would be like, "Well, no, I saw person B kill him," and then you're essentially debating with each other, trying to prove who's innocent, even though you know you're innocent.
But see, that's like you need a conversation. You can't just no.
But like that's the thing. It's like, you know how many times I watch this YouTuber, fantastic YouTuber who does nothing but play this game, and it's the funniest thing watching him play with his friends, because you start picking up on personalities.
Yeah.
And the thing is one time he reported a body. He knew exactly who did it and blamed him, but everyone thought that was oddly suspicious
for him to
blame someone else right away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because he never usually does that. Reason he never does that is because he's never put in a situation.
Yeah.
So when he started framing somebody, everyone immediately assumed he was suspicious and booted him off the ship, and they lost the game.
Right. But that's not his problem.
So we should play Among Us one day, because I want to test your guys' abilities to lie.
Okay.
Because that's gonna be the funnest game ever.
But what was I gonna say? It's like there's like this meme that was going around. It's like, have you ever noticed that like when the remote's missing, like you just like immediately don't trust anyone? Like you'd be like, yo, are you sitting on the remote? They'd be like, no. You'd be like, stand up, let me see. Like you just won't believe them like immediately. And then it's like that to like a point where it's just like I don't know, like you can have as much conversation as you are, and I guess like depending on how well you know someone, like you can kind of, they'll give certain tells and stuff, and they'd be like, oh, like he doesn't usually do that, he's over explaining this, so he's probably lying, or he's doing this, so he's probably telling the truth, or he's genuine in this way. But at the end of the day, if there's no facts, like you're just gonna have to pick one, and like either risk losing the friendship or risk losing like life, essentially.
Yeah.
So like,
but then you're the one making the decisions individually. Yes. No one's telling you how to think.
But so with the whole cancel culture, whatever, it's blown up to the extreme. It's literally like, I've known you for this 30-second clip. Yeah. I'm judging you, your whole life, and everything you believe in based off that 30 seconds.
Yeah. When the 30 seconds is taken off of a 5-minute video.
Yeah. Or even
not even off of 8 hour stream.
Yeah. So
right. So
like so if you watch the entire stream, and then one person be like, you know, he has a weird tendency to be like to point out certain things about players or whatever. Yeah. So I'm not surprised that he would say that at the end. Then another person would say, well, he seems just to be a very passionate person, and it probably slipped out. Both people are entitled to their own opinion, their own perspectives. Mm-hmm. But if like for YouTube to just cancel him and say he's a bad person, you're not giving everybody the opportunity to make their own.
And this isn't even
their own judgments.
This isn't even a newer YouTuber. This is a guy who's made FIFA content since FIFA 14. We're talking about 4 years of work here.
Yeah.
4 years of so-called credibility that's gone because of a 30-second clip in an 8-hour stream.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just giving what happened.
It requires more critical thinking than just for one
canceling it. Yeah.
But that's also like a thing where it's hard for YouTube, like unless they make like explicit rules, like Djokovic, how he got kicked out of the thing because he hit the ref the ball girl in the throat with the ball because he was mad and he hit it behind her.
He didn't even look at where he was hitting it. He just
but the rule is if you hit any of the officials with the ball, you're out. There's no room for interpretation. There's no room for anything.
Yeah, that's what you
so like you can so like you can argue, you can do whatever. Like the rule says this, and so you know the rule says that. So at the end of the day, whether you're happy with it or you're mad with it, that's what it is. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas like things like YouTube or things like that, it's a lot of discretion. It's a lot of, it depends on the people. Most of the case, it depends on people perception. Because if you release that video and no one cares, then YouTube's not going to do anything.
And that's the problem,
right?
Because what if what you're doing isn't actually like morally wrong, but the perception of the people is offensive, and so now because you didn't do anything wrong actually, but the people perceive it as offensive, now you have to be canceled.
And then like the weird part is like if you look at like movies and all that kind of stuff, like super PC content doesn't do good
because people want
like ever since like The Daily Show, like ever since Trevor Noah came in, and then he's been like super like PC and like super like inclusion ratings have been the worst as they've ever been
because you're not giving people opportunity to think. You're just narrowing what you're saying and it's not interesting.
Listen, making your audience feel stupid is the worst thing you could do. You got to make your audience feel like they're the smartest person in the room.
It's not even only that. It's like literally, if I know exactly what you're gonna say or the point you're gonna take to every situation, why do I need to hear you say it? Like I know everything. Like if someone says something homophobic, then I know obviously you're gonna be like, oh, like he's a bad person.
Slaps his kid, and I know you're gonna say,
oh, that he's a bad person for slapping his kid. Why do I need to watch you say?
It's like, oh yeah, he did it.
I was like, okay, I know.
Sometimes you just gotta know. Hey, he slapped this kid because this kid was being a dick.
But it's like I don't know. Like I just.
But like you don't know that if he's being PC, he's not gonna say that. He's like, I mean, he shouldn't have slapped the kid, but kids can sometimes be.
I feel like he would say
sometimes you just want to put your kid back inside.
I feel like he would say that.
Yeah, I'm saying like in general, like if you're just being PC, you're not gonna say it though, because you're worried about somebody being offensive, so you're gonna limit your speech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
like the other day when he made like gender reveal like joke about like saying why are we still having gender reveal parties because they're like outdated and like stuff like that, and I'm like, so I guess don't call it a gender reveal party, call it like a sex reveal party. I don't know, but like if you're like they're still gonna tell you boy and girl when you're at the doctor, you know what I mean? Because they either have the genitals or not, and the baby I don't even think has a concept of what gender is. Like it's a baby, so like
it's not even a baby yet.
Like I know it doesn't exist. I mean, like I don't know. Like it has no upper echelon of
essentially.
How do you know? So why at this point does it matter whether I call it? I can call it a friggin' donut if I want, and like what if
it
it's
won't disrespected?
You know what I mean?
Don't know because baby language hasn't been interpreted.
So how about this? Instead of a gender reveal party, that's
facts.
I was sorry to say instead of a gender reveal, it's what genitalia does it have?
But it could be intersex and have both.
Well then that's
so then you
that's
take
a whole
up both
nother
balloons.
that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a different color.
Yeah, that's a different conversation.
You have a dick balloon and a whole and a donut balloon.
Speaking of baby language, when my sister was born, I don't understand how, and my parents can vouch for this. I would honestly, legitimately be able to decipher her cries. There was only one occasion, like literally, she'd be crying. I'm like, oh, she's thirsty. My mom will give her a glass of water or whatever, some juice, and she'll stop crying. I was like, oh, she wants this toy specifically, and she'll stop crying. There was only one time that I did not know why she was crying, and I honestly felt it was. I don't know why. I think the reason why I remember it is because I was so disappointed with myself that I could not understand why she was crying.
Or you just got really lucky X amount of times.
No. It just made sense. I would never think about it. I would just look at her and be like, oh yeah, because she wants this thing, and they'll give it to her and she'll stop crying. I'm like, yo, I can
speak baby.
I can speak baby.
Speak baby.
You know, like the dog whisperer. I'm the.
Can we speak conclusion ratings? Conclusion
ratings?
I forgot you.
Language.
Let's wrap it up.
I think we got a 6.4.
And I really got to pee.
I think we got an 8.4 really badly on Rotten Tomatoes. Probably -3 for Metacritic, like a 40%.
For what?
For this episode.
Well, this is a great episode.
I know about PC culture. Probably Metacritic.
So quick, say something so left field and so insulting to everybody.
Dogs have a better sense of empathy than
human beings.
Actually, that's not even.
That's not even a thing.
Wow.
Manchester United sucks. There you go.
No, Liverpool is actually a third division.
Division team. Nothing better.
Yeah.
We don't even exist.
That doesn't.
Okay, let's wrap it up. I really gotta go, man.
You anger me for that.
I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but I'm twitching.
Practice your Kegels. Right. Practice your Kegels, man.
I've been practicing all episode.
Oh, you gotta go.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
I've seen you.
He has to urinate.
I've seen you twitching this whole time. Like there must be some weird itch where you can't itch on camera.
No, man. I gotta go.
He's just gotta pee. He's gotta urinate.
Okay, so let's wrap it up.
He's gotta use the toilet. He's gotta do number one in the toilet.
He's purposely not wrapping it up.
I know he's such a fucking cuck.
You know what it is? You know what's left field? What? Where the way you pronounce controversy is actually controversy. The way you pronounce schedule is schedule, and aluminium is the correct way to say aluminum.
The way you pronounce cervical
I know that.
cervical.
Aluminium.
What?
Yeah. Aluminium is the correct way of saying it.
We don't speak English. We don't speak English properly. That's left.
We said that like 3 episodes ago.
I know, but I have to bring it back.
How are we going to tell England that our English is better than English?
No. It's not. It goes even deeper than that. We don't speak original English at all. You know, I was watching a video.
Yo,
no, wait, hold on. Yo, 2 minutes. I was watching a video, and a man was showing me the progression of the word nightingale.
Yeah,
how we pronounce it.
Nightingale, yes. You said the story.
Why does that sound German?
I don't know.
And that's English. That's
said.
old English. That's not even medieval English. That's like 1000 AD, 900 AD English.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can we just thank them for watching?
Whenever
I'm trying.
Whenever I think to myself,
Johnny, shut the fuck up.
and I think to myself, I'm like, I'm thinking in English, but I'm not speaking the right English. How does that make sense? And I can't do it. I can't speak original English because it doesn't exist anymore.
So you think in original English?
No, you can't. It's impossible. You can't.
That's
learn
what
it.
keeps Johnny up at night.
To go to pee.
No one speaks it anymore.
Okay.
How does no one speak English?
Thou shall wrap it up. Let's go.
That's not even right English. It's wrong. It's like they and say and deo.
Johnny, does that keep you up at night?
Yeah. Because like in my head, I'm hearing my voice speak English. And I'm like, in English, I'm thinking I'm not speaking the right
You know what
English.
keeps me up at night? Really wanting to go to the bathroom.
Okay, I got this. Thank you guys for listening to our podcast this week. Okay.
Wait.
No.
Hold on.
I actually have to end it. He's gonna die. I don't want to get a UTI. I don't want him to have any issues later on.
Johnny, we have a game today,
so
bro.
got it?
Do you?
We have a game today in 3 hours, so let's wrap it up.
Wait, but if you wait long enough,
Shut up and wrap it up.
you wait long enough, and you relieve yourself in an hour and a half time frame before the game, you'll actually perform better.
Please.
Anyways. Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching. As always, if you're watching us on the YouTube, you can take us
YouTube? Why do you keep saying that, man? I think you know what it is.
All right, you wrap it up.
You're like a Spaniard. Thank you for watching on the YouTube.
It's an inside joke, man. It's okay. Anyways, yeah. So thanks for watching us on YouTube. If you're watching us, you can catch us on all the DSPs: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts.
Oh, you say
iTunes.
J because Y turned into J.
Yes.
Ah, I got you. Sorry, go on.
All of that
I got
stuff.
excited.
Like if you want to download us, bring us on your commute to work, you can do that. And if you're listening to us on one of those already, then we're also on YouTube. You can catch us there, see our pretty faces, see Matchy have to leave early to run to the washroom because he's weak. Anyways,
I haven't gone to the bathroom since 8 o'clock last night, so I don't know what he's complaining about.
That's probably a problem.
I'm joking.
Okay.
I
Anyways,
haven't gone since Tuesday.
can I tell them to follow us on Instagram?
Follow us on Instagram.
At?
Don't think too hard with the number 2 podcast.
There you go. There you
on
got
Instagram.
it.
Are we on
Thank
Twitter?
you.
No,
And goodbye.
Good B.
Good B? Is that how you...